Hi, this is Tony Escobar, just doing an assignment on employee orientation. I found an article pretty much that shared a lot of different viewpoints with how to go about employee orientation and pretty much what you should do, and then also the article had a second page on different ideas or like new ideas on how to shake things up and change in orientations based on like if a business has new rules or there are new laws that come into place or stuff like that. So pretty much you should always have goals when you have an orientation. Um, Pretty much take a new hire and work with your like human resources or work with your upper management to pretty much talk about the business's goals and what the business, how it started, what it wanted to keep doing, I guess, as far as like practices and long-term goals for the business, and like how each employee should, base their goals off of what the business is, and pretty much how to use like any tools or resources to ensure success in the orientation process, and have a checklist on things that should be covered during an employee orientation. As a manager, I think that your role in orientation is not the most important, but it's up there as far as like giving guidelines and introducing the new employee to other experienced workers that have been there for a while, so that they can use their experience and their particular learning methods to show a new person how to do things. And some important things that you should include in an orientation program are stuff like performance guidelines and expectations, employee benefits, workplace safety, and the general structure of the organization. When you go about stuff like that, you should have one person kind of cover each thing and maybe share their experiences or how each role plays effect in like how the whole business is run. And maybe if you're like learning in a classroom setting, you should not only have the new hires but have experienced workers kind of sitting together. Maybe get like charts together or put together videos. And some of the new ways that I read in this article would be like you spend half of a day rotating around different parts of the business. Let's just say, as an example, a restaurant. You might start them out in the front of house, have them working a little bit in the front of house, like maybe serving or bussing. Then you might bring them back into the kitchen, and usually you start in like an easy place like the fryer or the pizza or something like that. And you would rotate through different spots in the kitchen for a little while. Maybe rotate through some prep work. I wouldn't say dishwashing unless you're hired for that. I wouldn't say that's necessary, but also not a bad idea. So basically the first half of the day rotating different places in the restaurant, and then the second half of the day would be maybe reading through employee handbooks or being in a classroom type setting, like I said, with other employees who had experience. And I think that's a really good way to go about it, based on personal experience. I used to be a employee trainer, like a new associate trainer at a Panera Bread for a couple of years. And that's basically what we did, is we'd take the new hires, rotate them around different areas, and then finish in the place that they were supposed to be hired for. And after about 2 or 3 days of training, we would give them evaluations, which would be kind of like a quiz type thing, with questions about what they learned and how to go about certain problems or how to resolve issues. And we would, as the employee trainer, we would do our own evaluations on how we thought the person did and what we expect from them, what we think they need to improve on. And it was kind of like nerve-wracking at first being put in that position, because you weren't exactly management, but you were assisting management. But it proved to be effective, and I mean, almost every employee that had to go through our little evaluations and stuff, learned a lot, and they ended up sticking around for a while. So that's always a good idea. Another way that I haven't really done or haven't seen yet, but it was an interesting part of the article, was to have experienced employees and management maybe do like skits or act out certain scenarios to show what's right or wrong in a business or how to resolve issues and stuff like that. Otherwise, you can have leaders of the company, maybe like executive corporate leaders or just GMs or something like that, do a presentation on what's expected, corporate policies, legal issues, benefits. That would also be a great time to give out an employee handbook and go over some, what you think would be important things in the handbook. So all these things can pretty much be brought into a new employee, and it may be a lot of information at first, but over time, maybe a few days to a week or so, I think the employee would really learn to grasp it and appreciate all the information given to them. So that's it.